I'm leaving, I'm learning the name, this is the streets, everything.
Perfect. Čau visiem! Šonadēļ mums ir īpaša viesa un īpaša epizode. Mēs runāsim angliski, sākot šobrīd. I just explained what's going on. That we will speak English.
Great.
This episode. It's me, Edvards, Ģirts.
Hello, Ģirts.
And
Susana.
Yeah, from
Buenos Aires, Argentina. Susana Szperling. Thank you for inviting.
Yeah, no, the pleasure is all ours. And could you please tell the people who you are, who don't know?
I'm a performer, choreographer, and dance teacher and investigator. I live in Buenos Aires and I teach composition and dance at the National University of Arts there, at the Department of Movement.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I do my own work as choreographer, and that's it, basically. Now I'm in this tour, doing several activities. I come now from Zurich when I was doing a residency with a group of older women plus 60. And it was very biographical, and it was very interesting. They were rehearsing. This company is called Ģirts Frühling Dance Theater Company, and they exist since 20 years ago, and they have a director called Roger Niediger, and it was very nice that they invited me to do this experience. And now here, giving these two workshops, really enjoyed much to meet you all. You're so super talented, and a great group of 22 that I really enjoy a lot at the Latvian Academy of Culture. And of course very thankful to Olga Slituhina that organized these meetings just in dance, release dance technique, and also with them video dance workshop too, kind of. So I don't know, I could tell more things about my education and things like this, but whatever you feel like.
Maybe you can tell us more about how did you and dance meet each other?
Oh.
How did this journey begin?
It started really young. I was 4, but I would do some kind of free dancing called in Buenos Aires expresión corporal. That one woman, actually, she was from London, from UK, and she came and taught this kind of open dancing creative classes for kids, and I started there, and since then I never left moving. So then from there I just feel that it was my way of expression, the body. And of course then I add the words and the voice. I also like singing, talking, and so I am on the edges always. I'm now incorporate video and work a lot interdisciplinary. Like I have my research investigation group on performance and composition in dance too, and in quotidian spaces, and this is a group made of people from dance. There's also sociologists, there's also people from theater, and we are like a group that interacts from different disciplines. So I'm like also investigating all this. And then I studied when I was 16. I got into the San Martin School Dance Theater, and it's a very nice school, kind of like yours, but it's 4 hours a day. I think something like this, a little less.
And in which country?
And in Buenos Aires, Argentina too. Then I end up, I was in the company of San Martin School in a moment, and then there was when I decided to move to study to New York. And in New York, and with my couple that was a musician. We were there living and taking many interesting workshops with people like Meredith Monk, the Trisha Run Company, the people from Contact too, and it was very rich in that way. And so I performed with different companies like Susan Marshall. I was doing this apprenticeship with the Trisha Run Company, and with also perform with Patricia Hofbauer, people from Brazil. You know, it's very cosmopolitan, so there I did many stuff. And then I went back to Buenos Aires once I said, this is not my place exactly, so I needed to feel rooted again, and I wanted to do my own work, and there in Buenos Aires I immediately started at the university as a teacher, and I just stayed there as my base. Although I had many, like a scholarship to go to Germany after that, and I was also in a company working in different companies in Germany for a while, and so keeping. After a while, it's always nice, you know, to travel, because we feed each other and also work. You know, you need to move. To keep working.
How would you compare the contemporary dance scene in Buenos Aires, in New York, and in Germany? Did you notice what would be the biggest differences, or?
It's very difficult to say. Of course, with the time and the years now, everything gets a little more globalized, I think. But in Argentina, it's very particular, very original, because we work with very simple resources, and so we have to extreme our our creativity. So it's really interesting in this way. Everybody who really decides to work as a dancer, we are like to be very brave and go forward with your things. And I think there are different types of lines as in Europe. Of course, maybe the themes are different. Probably culture, like if you would say, of course, the music of each and the folklore of each place is different. So while you start using those roots and changing them, then it becomes different. And of course, social political situation is different, so probably we have different messages in our works. We had a strong military thing going on in a moment, but I don't know. I think I would have to compare. I mean, there are a couple of very interesting groups that travel abroad much, and there are dance theater groups. There's one called Crap that has been a lot abroad, and of course Oscar Araiz is like a main person who was in a theater in Zurich for a long time. So, you know, I think we meld, but there are different lines, I would say. Nowadays, like it's like there's no way. I mean, no way is way. Somehow, I don't know how to say that. All the different. So I cannot say specific.
And then Olga mentioned us that you and Olga met in 1997.
Yes.
In this
American Dance Festival.
How was it?
And this was amazing. It's more than 20 years ago, and we were just young choreographers, and there was a very interesting program at the American Dance Festival called Choreographers Residency Project, and we were choreographers from among different countries on different continents, and we were like around also like 20 or something or more, and we shared this 1 month and a half together. And it was very strong because you have all this time to be together and to exchange ideas and to show your own work and to make work together, that somehow some of us were able to keep a net
Yeah, like
that
keeping
with the
touch.
time,
Yeah.
with the time we are able to do more things. Of course, for a while not, but I think Olga immediately keep working with people from Switzerland, I don't know,
UK.
Bulgaria and
UK.
UK,
Yeah.
and she did this traveling trip, which was great. And me myself, I kept very strongly connected to Bettina Holzhausen, which is a choreographer from Zurich too. She's super political somehow, because she had a theater, she had a festival, and now she's at the Opera Zurich. And we keep on. She came to Argentina. I kept coming with my work, and we keep somehow seeing each other as friends and as artists, because then we become a little bit somehow family, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like I felt so well this time here because Olga was here. I mean, if not, it would have been just another situation for me, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like we are all humans and need support of affective things too.
Yeah.
So I think that is how we start building resources. Yeah. And this festival was interesting because you get also to know all the companies, all the most important companies of US,
Yeah.
mostly of US, which in that moment was very rich and by various different types of works like Lily Jones, Trisha Brown, and also companies from abroad like
Mm-hmm.
Maria Rovira from Spain. I mean, it was. And the David Zambrano people really also there were a big group of teachers, no? So then you would see companies and a big group of teachers, and I think that ADF, that was the last year they did this residency program.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and then I don't know how they keep on doing more like a normal festival that you go and and take classes and maybe perform if you're a guest. But as a residency of international choreographers, I also has been at the Jacob's Pillow
you've been there?
International Dance Festival. Not at Jacob's Pillow. There was a choreographers also, like international choreographers project. We did a residency of one. I don't know if it was 1 month or a couple of weeks, and there was teaching Victoria Marx and also another writer and a videographer that she works a lot with, and we were all choreographers from all over. And these situations, I would suggest you to really join, because let's say I didn't got to get such a strong group, but some of them then, when I was living in Germany performing my pieces, or I kept contact with some of these people, even with Victoria Marx, who came to the university twice, and once in Buenos Aires. And so all these meetings and place to meet, even if you at the moment don't think so, then in the future they could really become something you can share and help each other in between cultures, because then you have different sponsors, you know, and it's not just from one part. So the different sponsors of the, like I'm here not only because I was hired by the university, but because the National Endowment for the Arts in my country gave me a scholarship somehow to travel, and travel expenses, because I got invitations. So it's like it's always work a little bit.
How would you say, but like shortly, what is contemporary dance?
This is wonderful, because I sometimes talk about David Dorfman, which is a choreographer from the United States, and he's a musician and dancer and has a company, and he says that whatever a choreographer does is dance and is contemporary, and I think it is. I agree, because you have the whole formation somehow, a whole history, training and learning and thinking, and then whatever you're going to do, even if it's writing or even if it, I mean, for me, contemporary dance today is something completely open, really on the limits, like arts are on the limits and borders. So I would say like any event that it's made by a choreographer, it's could be called contemporary dance for me. For me, depending on the history.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you remember? Did you have like a moment where something switched in your mind and you were like, okay, I'm gonna go professional. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be a dancer. This is what I'm interested in, and this is what I want to pursue.
Actually, it was very young. I mean, I never wanted to leave it. And actually, when I was 16, I got into this school where everybody was older and I was the younger, somehow. And I did this like ballet school, let's say, but it was a school. And then after that, I never left it because I would say I was quite gifted in terms of like I enjoyed what I did, and I was always having work and thinking in a very creative way about it. I never thought that I had to be this way or that way. I was very open with myself also. So then that, I think, somehow I'm very much listening to what I need. So it was never something that I felt, oh, I have to do this, so it was always something, it was naturally continued, and never stopped. So
maybe you can, what advice can you give for the young choreographers and students and dancers?
Artists.
Artists.
Yeah, of
for
course,
artists.
it's very good to get together and make groups. It's difficult, even if you at the first you don't have the money to support, it's good to do the works. Like I did my first works with almost no money, and then with the time I was getting grants. So I think it's just being able to get a group of people that for a while you can communicate and make work. It's very important if you want to be a choreographer, and also if you want to be a dancer, to support people who wants to be choreographer. This happens to me, and I'm very grateful that I was in Schloss Berlin in Germany, having a residency, and I was able to pay friends to come dance, but not pay them more than to stay there to dance, and they came, and they were from the Ballet de la Baie, and there were people that they're so generous, and we did such a great work. So, but they are all very professional now. So it doesn't mean that you always need to get that whole great job. It means that you can somehow make it out, survive till you make, of course, somehow base to do things. And then this is one, and then of course you can also promote your things on the web as you are doing. I think is great, and so of course try to travel and meet and make nets. Those are my suggestions. Take care of your health. Like really, like if you are dancing lots, eat well and rest well, because then it just makes you more powerful and that you can enjoy life. So I would say that it's important also to that. But yes, making groups, making friends, and feel community, it's very important. Because then you can organize many things, like independently too.
And what would you tell like dancers or choreographers who always like doubt themselves? I mean, obviously it's good to question yourself, maybe not to go this way or why I'm going this way, but what would you tell like people, dancers, choreographers who are like always thinking that they're doing something wrong, or that what they're doing someone else could do better, or that they are not the ones who should do this that they are doing, but still they want to really do this?
You have to think that you have a desire inside, and you enjoy what you do, and that usually these things, these judgments, comes from the culture, from outside of you. I'm sure if you really listen to yourself, if you're really present with what you do, you shouldn't be listening to those voices. You should listen to your breath. You should listen to your desires. You should listen to your body, and go with it, and with your ideas, and trust yourself a little more. And also, if you are insecure, just work it out till you feel yes, this feels good. When I was a young choreographer at school, I would also. They gave composition class exercises, and I would show. And before showing, I said, "Well, I would have liked it to be better, but shut up, Susana. You're doing okay." Everybody would say, and then you always say something, and then it's great. So it's like sometimes there's this person of us that is judging, and this is because of culture. Maybe we have a culture when we are not allowed to really listen to ourselves and to really feel. And what we really know, and then you have to just be strong and powerful. To every choreographer, sometimes break a little rules, and or just be confident. I mean, this is in the whole life, try to be confident.
Thank you very much for this talk and for you coming here. It's such a wonderful experience meeting you and getting to work with you. And
it was really wonderful.
Thank you. I hope you come to Buenos Aires or to Argentina, to the different parts. You're welcome. You can, of course,
we also
and need to come back again in the future. We have to all keep, once we know, just we have seeds that will grow. So thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Bye.
Enjoy the performance today.
We will. Definitely. I think you will like ours.
Thinking of one thing more, which I forgot. The confidence. Before the confidence, to make the net, make the group. Yes, something else. You have to be somehow try. This I didn't say it, but be a little bit supportive of. Like, let's say we in Argentina we had little money for dance 20 years ago, but maybe 10 choreographers make an association, a legal association, to go to government, say we need more money, and it's not enough, and then make this space for you with the top, like with Olga, with whatever, but say the activity is big. We're more choreographers. We need more money. We need more support. But if you are some kind of association, this is something that happens to us, and it grows. The dance growed much more. Then we were millions for less money. I mean, it grows because there's more money. Then it grows again, and then we need more money, and then it goes. But it's something that is good just to think. Maybe I'm very young, but like try to help choreographers to associate and go knock the doors for there is a little bigger amount of money to share. So that there could be, like you say, well, it's this company, you create companies, and we say, well, we're like 20 companies and we have not enough money. So, but then there's a little law that goes and says, well, there will be more money for independent groups, let's say. Well, this is something in our story was good, and maybe here somehow it's good too, like this, make a little bit of, I don't know, just be aware of that.
I think
maybe
unity.
Even if you think you're not going to get money, maybe to ask for it. These many groups asking. So, well, the activity is big. Somehow. Okay, I think you have to go.
Yeah.
Merde.
Thank you.
Yes.